I love asking people that have been on the show, but more importantly, have played with Maxx or been teammates and been through the fire with him. But for you, man, you obviously have seen Maxx every single day. You guys have a great relationship. But for you personally, like what makes Maxx different from all the other elite players? Like you were boys and played with Khalil Mack, for example, and that was a guy for a long time there in Oakland. And so I'm just curious kind of what your process was with Maxx and what you see from him and what kind of separates him from the pack.
100%. So I always tell people that, wherever somebody puts their time and their money and their energy, that's where their heart is. And when I would walk into that building, I love when I always look at this because I'm a sicko. Whenever the Raiders post you guys walking in for the first day, I loved when I would walk in, it's pitch black. Like I love that. And it's not because everyone gets to see it. It's because my teammates get to see it, and they're going to see it every single day that I'm there. And every time they post it, Maxx Crosby is the first photo and it's pitch black outside. And like, it's not something to be overlooked. Just, it's day one. They're just doing meetings. They're just lifting, but it's not just a meeting. It's not just a lift. This is something that I'm trying to grab everybody around me and say, why don't you freaking do it like this so we can all win, right? And so, you see Maxx going crazy on the field or on the sideline. Well, if Maxx is going crazy, I'm 99.9% sure he's right, and because of the work that he put in all before that. And so the number one thing I say about Maxx is his mentality. His mentality it's sick, man. And I love it because I was someone that my dad told me, he said, if you work as hard as you can for the next 10 to 15 years of your life, you'll never work another day in your life. And I was like, I didn't understand what that meant. But what he was telling me at the time is if you go work as hard as you can, you don't have to worry about the other stuff. You can just enjoy the grind, man. Just enjoy the process. Even your broken bones, man, just go back and enjoy the process. And Maxx was like that. Maxx was if I was pulling in with the pitch black, so was Maxx. I loved pulling in, and Maxx and I are the only two cars in the parking lot with Gruden. Like that. I love that. When my coach is walking in there and it's still sunny outside, I'd be pissed off. Like I really would. I hated it. I was like, why am I in here grinding? And then you're going to tell me,
especially at quarterback, you first in, last out, and this guy's over here pressing that, right?
Yes. And so that's the other thing too, is like the crazy thing in Vegas, like some of us live close by. So like when the day was done and I'd get some of my stuff done, well, I'm still going home to work. They set up an office in my house. I'm 7 minutes from the facility. So like it doesn't end, right? Mm-hmm. And so I know I'm going home, I'm working, I'm here before everyone, and I'm still working while everyone's, doing other things. And of course we'd play a video game at night, and of course we'd play 2K, and Maxx and I would race down the court to get the open dunk, for the fast break. And we'd do those things, but it was never before the work. My dad always taught me, do the work first, and Maxx did that. The next thing I tell people, besides mentality, was the work ethic. Like, of course you can have the mindset for it, but can you actually do it? And after practice every day, I would run gassers. And even when I went to the Saints, I would run, because in the back of my head, I knew Maxx Crosby was running. And so he, as much as how hard as I worked and all those things, that's what good players do. He said some nice things about me, but I'm going to say about him now. He motivated me too, even when I wasn't even on the team. Me and Foster were still running after practice because we knew 98 was running. We knew after every practice, he's going to take his cleats off and run around the field barefoot, and he's going to run some gassers, and he's going to do some get-offs, and he's just not going to leave the building because he doesn't know what else to do, right? And it's that work ethic and that intensity that just, I was like, we and we did. We had a chance, man, if we just stuck with it and kept the same track, that we could have had something real special, because we had the pieces in place. There were all those kind of guys in the right rooms doing that work ethic. But Maxx is the hardest worker, crazy mentality. You can tell he's been through a lot in his life because he don't want to go back. He doesn't want, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go back. I'm going to do this right now. And it is motivating, man. And it makes me a better person. It makes me better now. Like, I still go out and run because I know Maxx is still running. So I'm out and running. I'm in the best shape of my life right now, just because I know Maxx is running. And just as a man, I got to keep going.
It's contagious.
No, I appreciate you, bro.